What are we talking about?
What is up, True Feelings family? How you guys doing today? Long time no see. Thank you for being patient. If you're back with me, I've been enjoying my time off from work, although it is ending come next Monday, y'all. That shit is about to end. But however, would like to know how many from my campus watching this 90-day hunt for love. I decided to step into their little house this morning. You know, I go to sleep with the TV on again, so I'm watching some wake up on something. I said, oh, forgot about this little show. Let me check it out and see what's going on with it. Because with a lot of when they're brand new, first season new, I like first season shit because it's less produced in my eyes. So let's just go with it. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about. Want to see how many people are watching it before I do episode 2. Because I was going to do them both together, but that would have took too long. So we're going to start with episode 1 and let's take a look at who they brought to this island or whatever the hell they are. I think they somewhere in Mexico. That's why I think they had somewhere in Mexico. Who they brought back for this hunt for love. And of course, you know it's going to be messy. It got 90-day divorcees in the damn mix, okay? And a few little surprises off with some regular singles so they'll have somebody to mingle with besides each other so they don't have to get caught up in each other's old bullshit. So they got some, I don't want to call them peasants, but they don't really show the other people, the other singles, unless they're hooking up with one of the 90-day fiancés. Other than that, you don't even know who they are till they pop up on the damn scene. So first on the docket, of course, they brought back Chantel. We know who Chantel is. We know she was married to Pedro. I was never a fan of Chantel, her family, Pedro, his mama, his sister. I didn't like any of the clan. Really couldn't stand the sister when she talked or the mama when they talked. I just couldn't stand them. But they brought Chantel's ass back. Now, when she jumped out of that car, them titties. I know I'm not the only one. Now, I know that when she first got introduced to the scene, she was 25, and I had to keep that in mind. I said, okay, when you're 25, you're a little different, but once you get into your 30s, you start getting that grown woman body. Now, she done put on a little pounds, but she's still fine, body-wise, except for them inflatable titties. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with them titties. Them titties look like if you got on top of anybody you would call black eyes, they look like they very, very, very sturdy titties. I said, okay, did she get a whole another boob job? Like, what she got going on? And then her face in certain confessionals, she looked a little weird, like it's a little plump. And we already know what she do for a living as far as like the plastic surgeries, boob jobs, fillers, what is that shit they inject, Botox? She do all that. So I think she was doing a little bit of that stuff to her damn self. Now this was her chest during her divorce. You can't tell me she put on that much weight where her boobs would turn into gigantic ass balloons. I don't think so, ma'am. Come on now. Look at the difference. Those things are huge. And her face, you know these people are doing that Botox and all that dumb shit filler at a younger age, but they should be careful. Next on the docket is Tiffany. I always liked Tiffany. Big, you know, when she had weight on her, I always thought she was still pretty. Now she done lost 110 pounds and she's fine and she's just beautiful. She reminds me, you have to be in my age bracket, this show back in the day, sitcom called One Day at a Time. And she reminds me of Valerie Bertinelli. Like she's cute but beautiful, but she's got that cutesy thing going on, but she's absolutely gorgeous to me. And I'm sorry, she's just pretty. I like her face. I like her eyes. I like her smile. She's beautiful. So she's here on the hunt for a little man. I don't know who watching her kids, but she done divorced that little asshole she had moved to South Africa to be with. That shit's over. So she done lost her weight. Why we women do that? Why we leave our man? Or get rid of our man or get a divorce and then all of a sudden we snatch to the gods. Because I know right now if my husband was to leave me, my ass would be on that treadmill he bought me every day, all day, 20 times a day. Like I would. And I think it's just so unfair that it's like, oh, my man got to accept this body because he married this body. And I got to do something about that, y'all. I've been putting on some I've been putting on some weight and I got to do something about that shit. I am not feeling comfortable in my body at all. But anyway, this ain't about me. This is about her and that 110 pounds she lost. And girl, I want to follow suit. I just have to say, she looked absolutely gorgeous. Next on the docket, they brought back Rob the Throb. We know who he was married to. He was married to Sophie. They had a toxic ass relationship. He was trying to convince us that he was living in this shed in the back of a house in Inglewood. Now, anybody been to LA, Inglewood got, there's certain parts of that neighborhood, they got some nice ass homes with back houses in the back. So I just wasn't believing what he was having. I feel like he was living at his parents' house and was living in the back. That's just me making shit up again. But they done brought his ass back and he about to have some damn problems because he done got hooked up with this damn broad named Elise who looked like she put rabbits in a damn toilet in your damn apartment. That's how she coming off. But I won't get ahead of myself. But we just let you know, Rob the Throb is back. Next on the docket is Usman. They bring back the scammer Usman. I only date old white women Usman. They brought his black ass back. I said, why they didn't bring Angela's husband to the damn party? I would have liked to see Angela's husband at the damn party, but they done brought back old scamming ass Usman. He got them little spiders all in his little head and shit. So we gonna see. He got a little thing going on too. But I'm gonna tell you something about Usman. All the super fine broads, like, I ain't mention their names yet, but anybody that's fine there, super fine and young, he ain't going after them. Why would he? He'd have to spend money on their ass. Usman likes to get gifts like PlayStations and shit. So if he gets somebody fine, he don't have to spend some money and buy their ass a damn PlayStation or a Porsche. He gonna have to do something. So he ain't, nobody super fine gotta worry about Usman going after their ass. We'll see. It's the first couple of episodes. Let's see if he go past what we gonna talk about as we go along in this damn review. Now, Usman said he gonna try to find him somebody a little bit younger. He just realized he's at a certain age now. He want to have some damn kids. So he trying to find him a younger woman. He said he's done scamming old white women before they buy money and PlayStations, trying to get that damn visa. Your scam just never worked, Usman. That's why you never got to America. Your shit just didn't work out. So now all the ones that I just told you about, they meet with the planner. The planner gives them some masks and said, okay, we're going to have a little party, but don't take your mask off. Gave them these little masquerade ball, little wise-eyed shutter, open, whatever the fuck they shit was. Gave them little masks so they could meet everybody at the party and mingle and see who else is coming from 90 Day and the new singles that's going to be there for them to meet, right? So we get to this damn masquerade and here we see Colt ass. I said, who the hell out of this group, if you watching the show, who's gonna want Coty? Who gonna want Coty? The only person that I can see really wanting Coty, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. I'm just saying, Coty done had 3 failed damn marriages. All 3 of them has failed to the gods. But I have to say, he looked good. He looked good. He done lost his little weight. He looked decent. He's dressing decent. He looked good. But Coty, I don't want to see your ass walking down that beach in them Speedos. Don't show us that shit again. I never want to see that shit again ever in life. I don't care if you lost weight or not. I don't want to see your ass in no damn Speedos. Now, another thing about Colt said he is divorced. He's in between jobs and he's in between homes. So that says you don't have a job, you homeless, you might be living with your mama again. So what is there to want from you, Colt? I'm just trying to figure it out. What you got going on? Because right now you coming off like you broke and you happy that the producers called you for a 4-week ass vacation with other people so you didn't have to worry about rent and food and shit. So next on the docket, they bring in Tiny Tim. And when they brought him in, they didn't even bring him in as himself. They let us see him with this full mask on his little ass face. I said, y'all cold for that. Who the hell gonna go after Tiny Tim's ass and we don't know which way the wind is blowing with Tiny Tim? I just don't know. He is just too eccentric for my ass. But they done brought Tiny Tim's ass back. And they fucked up Tiny Tim because they brought back his ex. Jennifer. When Jennifer came through, walking in that red dress, everybody looked. From men to women, she sashayed her ass in there, and everybody was like, damn, who this broad? And I'm sitting there thinking, Tim, you was with this broad for 6 years. When you were at the place, you said 7. Was it 6 or 7? You said 6 years with this broad. You would think, even with a mask on, the hair, the body, he would know. But maybe not, because they never did the nasty with one another. So maybe that's why he didn't know. But I remember their little story, because I used to wonder. I said, damn, she was a little bit aggressive because he wouldn't kiss her. He wouldn't do shit. He'd be doing facials and shit. So she was just trying to figure out what was going on, because she wanted to get a little bit from Tim. And then I couldn't even understand what was the attraction looking at her, looking at Tim. But I said people got their shit, but they never got it because he just didn't want to do it. He was like being a female, which is fair. You too rushy. I ain't ready to do it just yet. So he never did get any booty from this girl. He barely got a kiss. He was that. They little shit was a whole little trip. That's made me wonder. That had everybody wondering about you, Tim. So at this point, no one knows who each other is because everybody got their mask on their face, except for when this broad popped up, Courtney. Now back to Colty. This would be Colty's match because she said she don't like hot guys, and I think Colty fits that damn description. Now, I don't know who Courtney is. I guess she was on one of those before the 90 days, and it was probably one of the seasons that I just refused to watch because it was just too stupid. So anyway, she noticed, even with the mask on, like I was saying, if you know somebody, you gonna know them mask on or not. She noticed right away Usman from across the room with that damn mask on. She noticed who it was. She's like, well, damn, there go Usman. So apparently while she was in Turkey, they hooked up. She stayed at his hotel for a whole week, right? So she already know who Usman is. So we already know who Usman's going to go for. Somebody he ain't got to spend a whole lot of money on that might be willing to buy him a PlayStation. So that's why I said the super hot girls ain't got nothing to worry about. He ain't going for that. He ain't financed for that shit. So now she wondering, is he going to remember her ass? Because they were together for a week. And she said after the vacation was over, he ghosted her, didn't call, didn't do shit. It was done. It was a week of a rump and a thump, and that's it. And it was a whole ass wrap. So now she gets to find out, dude, why you ghost me? Why'd you leave me like that? So when they had everybody remove their damn masks, Tim was pissed. Look at Tim's face. Look at her face. She's very pleased with the outcome. Tim was pissed. He looked over there, and there is his damn ex. Now everybody's looking at the ex. All the men's looking at the ex. See, Chantel, you used to be the finest one in the room. Now you done got older and shit. Now this bitch is the finest thing. All the men think she is the finest thing there. I don't even see anybody checking out Chantel like they did back in the day. I don't mean no harm on you, girl, but it is what it is. That's what happens when you start getting up there and shit. Okay, I'm just saying. And it could be them titties that's throwing people off. They too damn big. So Tim and Tiffany, they good friends. So he's all stressed out. He's like, okay, so what do? I ain't talked to this heifer in 6 years. Do I take my ass over there and say anything to her? What? Because she could be a little bit aggressive sometimes. She be on some weird shit. So, Tiffany's like, no, I think you should go over there and have a little conversation with her. So he take his goofy ass over there and have a conversation with her, and she start moffing out the mouth, being disrespectful and being shady about their past relationships and shit, which nobody needed to know all that, but she just felt like doing that. But Tim was like, he was cool. He just was like, fuck it. This bitch is gonna be on some weird shit. Let me just walk away from the table because I see where we at right now in this. I see where we going with this. So he just walked the hell away. So everybody's kind of getting their little mingle on, and everybody kind of sitting on the couch, and Usman and Courtney, they're having a conversation, and he's pretending like, oh, I never knew you type of shit, but he said he was just playing, so she was kind of feeling some kind of way, and he was like, I just thought you knew that I would be joking about that. So Chantel is overhearing a conversation, and she was like, nah, I don't like this bullshit. I gotta let my girl know what's going on, because, if a friend is a friend, is a friend of mine, and I'm gonna take care of that friend of mine, and homeboy's a damn scammer. He ain't shit. She said, I done heard a lot of shit, read a lot of shit on the internet, so I gotta let her know. He ain't nothing but a scammer. He just like scamming old no white women, okay? You're going to have to find a PlayStation, Courtney. So he's going to let the little friend know. On the meantime, we got Rob over there. He couldn't get a hold of Jennifer because Jennifer is in her own little world, mingling and twinkling and seeing who she like. So we done got a hold of Elise. Elise is a hoe. Elise is a hoe. I'm just going to say she is. She act like a hoe because they only been there an hour. You just met this man for an hour. You sitting here, you want this man to kiss you just to see your ass. It's just doing too much for someone to meet in an hour. And Rob, you should have fucking knew better. That's why you getting everything you deserve, finding out this girl is crazy as shit. But what you should have did when you start feeling like this shit was going left for you and she was thinking some other shit, you supposed to come to her like a man and say, hey, this ain't what it is. Let me pull back. Okay, I need to pull back on my hoism and you need to pull back on your hoism. We both need to pull back on our hoism. But you didn't do that. You was thinking she would just get it by seeing the way you move. Fuck that. Open your mouth and say something and tell her this ain't what it is. Sorry, I kissed your ass. But you done got yourself into a bind. We'll talk about that tomorrow when we do see episode 2. Y'all have to throw this in here. Of all the men Tiffany could go for, she ended up having the hots for Dudley Do Right. Do y'all remember the cartoon? So now you got Usman and Chantel. Everybody's kind of vibing, talking, and then he wants to know, what the issue is between them. Like, why are you feeling some kind of way? And she was like, I don't know you. I never knew you. He was like, no, you do know me. You don't know who I am. And she was like, what the fuck you supposed to be? She's like, I don't know you. I never met you. It's like, but I've been hearing that you've been saying some things about me. She was like, well, I don't know who you are. And Chantel, you should have stood in your shit. You was back there talking shit about him. And you should have said to his face, yes, I don't know you. Never met you, but I heard about you. And the word on the street is you a scammer. Yeah, I said it. And that's what you should have stuck with instead of saying, oh, well, I don't know you. I don't know anybody. And if I don't meet them in person. So if I've never met you in person, I just don't know who you are. You didn't stand in your shit, Chantel. If you're going to talk shit, then stop. Don't be selling wolf tickets. Okay? Don't be selling wolf tickets. They better have a seat to the show if that's what you're going to be doing, girl. Now, Usman was offended. You don't know who I am? I'm Usman. I'm Soldier Boy. I'm Soldier Boy the Star. You ain't no Wiz Kid, though, sir. I ain't seen none of your shit on the damn internet like Wiz Kid and all the other ones. Where your shit at? Am I missing it? And why haven't you got them little spaces in your damn T-Fix yet, sir? I'm just asking, why? Why? You've been making enough money. You say you're a superstar and shit. You all on camera and shit. You got about 2-3 missing spaces. Take care of that shit, sir. So Tiffany decided, let's end this shindig. I'm going to invite everybody else to my damn room so I can get the tea on everybody and just watch all the drama and see what's going on. So she invited Tim, Usman, Courtney, Colt, and Chantel. They're all in this damn room having a little chit chat and talking about their relationships. Now, Colt had enough nerve to say that he get laid 7 times a day, at least 7 times a day. And everybody was like, who doing it to you? You doing it to yourself 7 times a day? You doing it to the computer 7 times a day? Colt, who you doing it to 7 times a day? If you was doing it to somebody 7 times a day, why the fuck you on this show looking for love? You should find something out of them 7 times a day broads. And then now we go back over to Chantel and Usman about their little shit about I didn't know you, you don't know me type of shit. And they telling him, Usman thought you was kind of fine. And you could see Chantel kind of calm down a little bit. But then they went back and forth again. And it's just, they just not going to be friends. They just not going to be friends. She thinks he's a scammer. And I think she going to stick with that. But like he said, you should get to know me by what I say instead of what I do. What? So now they're going to start the games. They tell people they either get to do speed dating or some other shit. I think that's on the next episode. So Jennifer signed up for the speed dating. So after she got done signing up for the speed dating, she went over there and she saw Rob and who was that? Rob and Usman. So she decided to sit down and have a little chat and then spill some tea because Usman, you done fucked up the bro code. Here you are. Why you have to tell her what Tim said? That was a conversation between y'all. Now you on some bitch shit, if you ask me. You didn't have to tell her anything. You didn't have to tell her shit. You were wrong for that. Bro code. You fucked that off, sir. So then, because of that, she said, okay, so since he gonna be out here talking shit, bad-mouthing me, calling me a gold digger, and here's the thing. He never said, Tim never said that he sent her money to her family to take care of her family. He never said that. So Usman, there you are taking back information to this girl that is not the correct information, because that's not what he said. What he said is he spent a lot of money on her ass and she's a gold digger. He never said he was sending her money for her kids or her mom or her family. He never said any of that. That's the shit you added. So now she feels like just because you said all that shit to her, now she gonna sit there and tell his business, tell their business. So when she sat there and said, I got some tea about Tim and little shit, because if you keep it up, I'm gonna tell all his little dirty little secrets. So apparently, because she let them know I ain't never even slept with his ass because he didn't want to sleep with me. So she told them he wanted to take her to a strip club, and it wasn't a female strip club, it was a male strip club, and he paid a dancer to give her a lap dance, and it just seemed like he was enjoying all that shit. And then she went on to say that when he was with his other ex, he liked doing swinging shit. He could, but that's his damn business. If he like it, we gotta love it, right? That's his shit. Something's up with him. And that's just me. Maybe he don't want to come out and say it yet, but then he just could be just an eccentric ass person. But the fact that you never slept with that girl give everybody a little pause to wonder what's going on with you, sir. I'm just saying. So what she's saying, I kind of believe it. I want to hear her say that in the group, because I want to see if he gonna confirm, deny, or back up and not say shit. I want to know. So basically what she said about you, Tim, is that you was on some P. Diddy shit with some baby. I don't know if you had baby oil or anything, but she said you was on some P. Diddy shit. So now they on the bus. Everybody is going to, half the group is going to the speed dating. Yeah, they're doing the speed dating. Some of the girls and some of the males. And they're going to do it in a hot tub where the girls stay in the hot tub and the guys be rotating out talking to the girls, right? So that's the next thing that they got going on. But while they're on this bus, they're talking about the females and shit. You know how they do. And then they start talking about what Elise said when she first got there first night. She told the boys, a group of men that she just met, that she had been to that resort before. Whoever took her there for the first time, that was the first time that she had anal butt. You know what I'm about to say? I said, wow. So Rob was like, damn, I wish I never kissed this bitch. Damn, I probably got booty in my mouth. Damn. Listen, she said that she had been proposed to 5 times and that she was engaged 3. That's 8 penises right there. I'm pretty sure she got a very high body count because she fine. So she just throw it around thinking somebody gonna snatch it up. Ain't nobody never gonna snatch it up because she got whole tendencies. So ain't nobody gonna take it. So now here you are, Rob, in a position. You done got one of the biggest hoes on the damn island right now. We gonna change her name to Hosetta. So everybody's hot tub date, Chantel's hot tub date just did not go well at all. And if you watch the show, the little buff black guy who got in that tub with her, he did not like her. He wasn't feeling her. She just wasn't having any matches at all at that point in time, except for I think it was the last guy that she was kind of feeling. But other than that, there's nobody just out there, trying to get her right now. Not like she probably would think. But here's the thing. So with the last dude, or one of the second dudes, I can't remember. Now She's saying she got too much shit going on in her head right now because apparently she was drinking with one of her best friends, Ashley, drinking some wine, and Ashley turned around and told her that she had some little feelings for her, and she kissed her. So she kissed the girl and she liked it. So now she's trying to figure out if she's a lesbian or not. She'll know which way she want to go because she liked that little kiss. So now here she is having an issue with her sexuality. She don't know if she gay or not because she got kissed by a girl and she kind of liked it. So we will see, Chantel. Are you going to start doing a switcheroo on us? Will that be your next? Like, is that going to be the next little thing? They going to do a little show on her? Is she gay? What they doing with her? They setting us up for some other shit reality show with her and her crazy family. Now, I felt sorry for Tim. Tim's like, I done lost a little weight, but I am not comfortable with my body. I'm sitting over here looking at the Hulk and looking at all these TX 90 motherfuckers with abs and ribs and shoulders and shit. And here he is. And did you see how he wrapped that towel around him like a girl? Sir, don't do that. That was just, just go put a t-shirt on. Don't you ever do that again. Wrap that towel around you like you a whole ass woman. That's why people be thinking shit about you, Tim. But Tim was just like, he wasn't feeling that shit at all. But he had to do the shit. What he didn't want was to be hooked up with his damn ex. And of course, what do you think they did? What do you think they did? That's why when she was signing up, they said, we can't tell you what the little kicker is, but you're going to find out when you get there. They don't want to be around each other. So why are you using these two couples to cause conflict? Producers, they don't like each other. Like, why you do this shit? This shit ain't right at all. They just got out the hot tub. She was like, this is a long ass 2 minutes. This is a long ass 2 minutes. And they just wasn't with it. And 2 minutes can be long sometimes if you doing some shit that you don't like. Well, that's it for season 1, episode 1 of 90 Day Hunt for Love. Tell me what you think. Are you watching it? Let me know. I'm still going to continue on with it until it gets stupid because, I'll stop some shit if it gets stupid. So we'll be doing episode 2 tomorrow. If you like watching what is that? Honey Boo Boo them. I'm gonna go back to Honey Boo Boo because they got their little crisis and they got their little thing going on. Pumpkin husband is divorced and I heard he cheated. So we're gonna see what's going on over there with the Pumpkin family and all. So anyway, y'all, don't be an asshole. Thanks for showing up when I show up. I'll see y'all with something else later on. Y'all, I am so glad I did not do both of those together. This video is already 25 minutes long and sometimes I think 90 Day don't need that much time. But anyway, that's it. That's all, y'all. Bye.